Antoine, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Alon. How are you?
How are you? I'm very happy to see you.
Very nice to see you as well.
Thank you so much for coming back on the show for the third time. You're the record holder of the Aces Live 3 times in
You,
two
you
seasons.
won't you won't see me for the next 10 years. It's too much. I
No,
need
no,
to
no, no, no. You are a celeb in the Ace universe, and we're very happy to have you back on the show. The first 2 episodes were amazing. We will miss Fabrizio, but we know we'll have equally as much fun with you. So for those that don't know Antoine and haven't seen the first 2 episodes where he has been on the show, he's head of watchmaking at Bulgari. You are in Neuchatel, Switzerland today?
I am in Neuchatel, Switzerland today. It's sort of snowing, raining right now. It's normally at this period of the time the weather is amazing. Right now it's really really cloudy. But yes, by
So
the
we
lake.
see, so we see a beautiful background. You just finished LVMH Watch Week 2021. You look actually still rather fit after the marathon you've run last week. We had the honor to have your colleague Julien Tournaire as the first guest of season 2. So they did some amazing stuff. You guys launched in the same week also amazing stuff, which I really hope you're going to show us physically. And before we start, Anton, because we have a lot of ground to cover, because you guys released one amazing watch after the other, both for women and men. And that's why I love Bulgari, because you guys treat men and women equally, talking about being equality. But before we start, we need to do a wrist check. What are you wearing today, Antoine?
Ta-da! One of the new pieces. So, 2 years ago, we presented our world record, the chronograph GMT.
Yeah.
And it was a monochromatic process. All our world records are titanium and titanium,
Yeah.
like concept cars. With
Yeah.
very sleek, very, very totally to a turn towards, let's say, performance.
Yeah.
We twisted the product. We changed the strap. We actually created a strap. We changed the dial, and you can see here I would say the more daily use kind of version, probably less prototype oriented in terms of design.
Yeah.
But with the same performance, same thickness, same light, same weight, and amazing watch to wear, like the watch that vanishes. With Finissimo, when you wear it, you forget it, but everybody notices it. So it's interesting. And it's very much this feeling with, let's say, a more casual. This casual chic Italian style. It's exactly that, but on performance. So you've got this rubberized corduroy strap, and super contrasted movement. Beautiful, really beautiful.
So I love that watch, world record. We always have it in stock. Titanium strap, titanium dial. Ton sur ton, color-wise, it's all tonal.
Yeah.
I love this one. And I usually do not like straps that have a link inside the leather. This was the first time that I said, wow, it stands out. I couldn't really make up the strap. You guys probably did leather on the bottom.
It is leather on the back, and it is rubberized corduroy. So it's a corduroy look. It's rubber.
Yeah.
With a corduroy look, and inside, of course, you've got leather for comfort of wearing.
Yeah, stunning. Amazing. Okay. And obviously you guys did the black dial, so it stands out. Question for you. If somebody would want this watch on the titanium bracelet, that is possible, right?
And that's why you have this first link, which is the evolution of the watch as well. The first watch was only available on bracelet. Now you can see that we have this first link, which allows for an easy transformation. You can see here the pin to allow to move from strap to bracelet.
Amazing. So you guys don't have the reference yet on titanium. If somebody buys this from us, we order it like this and add the titanium bracelet.
Exactly.
Okay. In SIB. Okay, super. Congratulations. I love it.
Really nice.
I think this one was undersnowed according to the steel. So the GMT S version, which you're probably going to show us, but
yes,
I love it.
To wait. I was about to grab it, but probably we have to wait.
Well, we'll do it quickly. So I wore my Timo because you came from Zenith. It has an El Primero, and this year is about chronos in the octos. Question for you though: are you guys going to continue this model and this caliber, or is it going to slowly go to the GMT?
No, we are going to. I mean, basically, we have our own caliber, so who knows? I mean, it's all a matter of discussion and opportunities and creativity as well. Let's say we are very happy with our caliber on Finissimo. Clearly, when it comes to other watches, other collections, we have opportunities to work with our sister companies, to work internally as well. So let's say the world is open. There is no. We never make final decision. You never say never. I mean, I spent too much time in this industry to end up making statements forever. So who knows? But definitely now we master the chronograph technology more and more. So we'd rather go for our own calibers.
Okay, great to hear. So quick question: how was 2020 for you guys? In a nutshell, a quick summary. We're still at the beginning of the year.
No, it was interesting. Let's put it this way. We had the shock. We had the shock of the first half of the year, where clearly we closed our stores. And there was it was really. How can I say? It's probably the same for everyone. There was this wave, it's a tidal wave, and that takes everything with it. And we really went, wow! And it was, and of course, with this climax in May, when everything was closed and the factories were closed, and frankly, we were managing one day after the other. It was really by the day, and with. But in the same time, it's amazing how resilient people are and how adaptable organizations are. Because, we may complain and criticize everybody's choice and government's choices and actions. What I'm impressed with hindsight is the pace, the reactivity at the end of mankind, from human beings to enterprises. And we were the same. In May, we were already adapting in every aspect. And there was this energy to tackle the issue. And then we, like our clients, like everybody, we all went back to some kind of normal. So it's still crisis time, but clearly it's nothing to do with those first months of the year of 2020, which were really difficult. So it's somewhat helped us as well to accelerate in some of our developments. We've extended the length of our warranties of our products. We've done plenty of things. Probably we've organized those events.
I wanna quickly, you highlight something very important. You guys silently said, hey, we trust what we do. We believe in our quality. All the manufactured items, the high-end pieces, are 5 years warranty now.
Yeah, absolutely. All our manufactured calibers of octophenesimon, all our high-end pieces, 5 years warranties. Some products 3 years, but from 3 to 5 years, absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing. And you guys did not sit still, because you pumped out creativity and launched last week a lot of novelties. So chapeau to you guys. Besides the novelties you're going to show us soon, anything else you want to highlight, what we need to be aware of for 2021? Any hints you want to give? Anything you want to share? No.
You want me to share some news ahead of the future planning? I'm trapped with you now. So I tried to think of something.
Not trapped. I mean, you can speak about Watches and Wonders. You can speak about fairs. You can speak about when you're coming to Amsterdam. You can share whatever what book you're reading, maybe a sequel to the Three Musketeers, whatever you want, Antoine.
But anyway, what I can tell you is we'll be attending Watch and Wonders Digital, the digital platform, and we'll be revealing some new products.
Yeah.
And we don't want to kill the nice habit, and our habit being, and there'll be some more focus on octophenesimon, I can tell you. So Yes,
All right.
probably you can see where I'm heading.
Antoine is not saying it, but I am, so blame me. Guys, pay attention. There is a world record coming. All right. Let's discuss LVMH Watch Week 2021. How's it been? And please run me through the novelty you guys presented.
So we were very positively surprised by the reaction of our contacts. Probably there was a lot of impatience to see some novelties, or everybody is keen to move on and actually to catch up after this difficult 2020 year, and to continue to, let's say, to nurture the positive momentum of the recent times. So there was a lot of appetite for novelties and curiosity as well to understand what had been done during this year 2020. We basically worked on some directions in line with what we want to be. So we presented not so many products, but I guess some products that are expressing our statement as a brand. So some innovations in high watchmaking. People don't necessarily know that we have an extraordinary area of expertise and an extraordinary heritage as far as chiming watches are concerned. So, and it's something that clearly we believe we can push further dramatically in the future. We've presented some, and this is something we've presented. We've presented some beautiful complication for ladies as well. As you rightly said, we treat genders differently but equally, and because we like difference and we like constructive difference, and this is the way we develop our design, and this is why there is so much diversity in our designs. And then we have worked as well some of the pieces of what we call our core business, and some development in Octo. I've showed you already the chronograph GMT, and also some pieces that are more affordable, but to which we have paid a lot of attention in order to make sure that, especially for ladies' pieces, whichever piece you may take from those new collections reveals the flavor, the spirit of our roots as a jeweler and as a brand. And there are elements that should stand out when you pick up some of our watches, be it on the spirit of the jeweler for ladies collections, or on the Italian sport chic lifestyle when it comes to men's watches, and architectural aesthetics as well. So we have to be very, very precise and let's say very drastic when we select the product we are launching, to make sure we highlight this spirit. Now, without further ado, I'm moving to the products because this is what you want to see.
Please.
So I'm just going, since we started with Octo, I will continue with Octo. You mentioned the octophenesimon S, which is the steel version of the chronograph. Here it is. So it's called the reference of sport chic style today, with this new blue dial, which is the same color as our watch, 100 meter water resistance, screen crown, superluminova index markers, as well. You can see here the night and day function is highlighted, because at the end of the day, it's not only a chronograph function, it is also a GMT function, and it's a very rare caliber on the market. Just for you to see the thickness of the watch, it's extremely thin. It's 9.6 millimeter. So in this category, one of the thinnest watches as well, just thicker than the titanium watch because of the 100 meter water resistance.
Yes, because the titanium, I think, is 5 bars.
It's 3 bars.
3 bars. Okay.
Next to this,
a big difference, and that really adds value, I think, for the wearers, because you can wear it better in the summer.
Exactly. It's
and the blue is the same, you said, as the Finissimo automatic. The blue shade of the dial.
Yeah, same. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, amazing.
Yeah. And then we have here the latest version of Octo S, the monochromatic version. So usually we like to play monochromatic, because it's our style, it's the design style of the brand. You have it on the titanium, so we played it on steel as well. Also because we believe that there is a trend for clear dials, not only the black dials, which we sell a lot, as you know, but also you know, we've got in this industry as ups and downs, and we anticipate a return on silver dials, white dials, and here the monochromatic version creates a very stylish.
This dial, is it steel?
Silver. It's silver, and it's basically, I mean, it's a treatment, so it's brass with a steel treatment on top. So you can
it's a classic dial, but you gave it the same color as the stainless steel of the watch.
Absolutely.
And brushed
In order to maximize the visibility and the readability of the dial. You can see that when I play with it from every angle, you can read the time, of course.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think when you have it in your hands, it's going to be stunning. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it massively. Now, I want to move on to the ladies' collection first before getting back to our masterpiece. And I'm going to go from bottom to top. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with the Lucia collection. Yeah. Then we'll move to the Serpenti, and then we'll finish with Diva. So we, as I mentioned beforehand, we've introduced some products that are, let's say, affordable in the price range between 4,000 and 10,000 euros. And those pieces, which we call Lucia Intarsia, that you can see here, are set versions, precious versions of the Lucia watch. Yeah. And they bear a new dial, which expresses the notion of light reflection. Lucia means light in Italian. And Intarsio means marquetry, means inlay. Actually, the dial you see is not a 2D impression on mother of pearl. It's actually a real piece of marquetry. So more than 100 pieces of mother of pearl associated next to each other to create this volume dial, this dial in 3D. Yeah. And fundamentally, it's what we call mestieri d'arte. Mestieri d'arte is the craft that we like to put into our jewelry. And we transfer it. We want that even for any piece that we propose to working clients that don't necessarily know the brand, we want them to be introduced to this expertise, even for, let's say, more affordable products. Usually you would not see this craft in this price category. We believe that it's our duty to propose it to the clientele. And you
amazing. So for our viewers that are maybe not that familiar, so it's a sunburst version, which is very typical for the name, which Antoine said. It's sunburst, it's light, and marquetry means that it's a mosaic basically of little parts that are flush setting together, and that's really an art to do it. So the camera doesn't do it justice. You have to see it in real life, but it's actually very Italian, and you guys are known for doing that with colorful motifs in the Diva collection.
So probably we'll do another. Probably you can zoom even more, but you can see the reflection of the light on the top.
Yeah, it's stunning. I love the sunburst on it.
Yeah, but it's a pure reflection of the mother of pearl.
Yeah, stunning.
Okay, then moving on with our iconic collection, the Serpenti collection. You know, Serpenti Tubogas is probably, arguably, the most representative piece of jewelry watch, because the watch was born from a bracelet, from an arm piece of jewelry. It's this wrapping that everybody, I mean, lots of people know about. The problem with the Serpenti, and I'm just showing you the piece, the piece that people would probably refer to, that you will see here in a minute. The problem with this technique here, which is a spring, so it's a very flexible spring that you can see. The problem with this spring is the tubular section of the steel doesn't allow for setting. So it is a jewelry watch, but you can't set it with diamonds.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Yep.
So we have created a new version of bracelets, a new tubogas, which is made slightly differently. And this time we can set it with diamonds. So you can see here again, we're zooming to the product.
Yeah.
You can see the structure, the decoration of the bracelet, which is much more sophisticated than the previous one.
Yeah.
You keep the flexibility, so the comfort of wearing, but the bracelet, which is the unique signature, becomes also a base for exceptional work of goldsmith, of a jeweler, thanks to this new technique of setting and this new structure of a bracelet.
Yeah, amazing.
You can see it here let's say in the precious version, in the very high-end version. Here it is with a full setting, and you've got here 23 carats of diamonds, and the piece is really a stunning, so very flexible again, and stunning piece of jewelry.
Beautiful.
So ultimate expression of our serpenti collection.
And you're very modest. I am less modest than you. I think that the serpenti, which means snake in Italian, is the most iconic ladies' watch out there. I don't think there's anybody or anything that can beat that in character and design. And it's amazing how you guys evolve the collection. Because for those that don't know, there is a coil, a spring that is stainless steel, made by hand by BULGARI, and it keeps its intensity, its energy, and its form for decades. I have customers who have the serpenti for decades, and the quality lasts. So that's amazing. And just for my reference, my Italian is very limited, but I know that spiga means ear.
So spiga is the description of the width of the shape of the width. So it was actually this design that you see here is inspired by a jewelry that was made in the 70s at BULGARI, which was taking this shapes. So you see these kind of two bars are inspired. So we're going to zoom on it. So you can see now it's getting better. Here you can see the structure that you can see here, for instance. It's actually a structure that is referring to the width, to the head of the width. So if you, and that's the inspiration of this design.
It reminds me of a box of bonbons chocolat, full of bonbons.
It is a bonbon.
It is a bonbon. It's true candy. It's eye candy, and the diamonds make it sugar coated. So amazing. You see, I also chose it as the background for our show today. I love the serpenti so much, and I really think the spiga adds a touch, and it gives me a bit of a 90s 50 vibe also.
Yes. So it's true, but it's in reality you have to think that with this new structure, this new so we still have the spring inside the bracelet, but it's actually different links that are positioned next to it, that are surrounding the spring and positioned next to the other, one next to the other, leaving some space for this kind of flexibility. But those links can be decorated according to lots of patterns. So it's a door open to more creativity in the future.
Amazing.
And it's a new generation of serpenti.
Beautiful. It doesn't mean that the old one goes out, right?
No, I don't know.
It's not a substitute, but an addition, line extension. If I'm not mistaken, you only launched pink gold and white gold for now.
Yes.
Is two-tone in the pipeline?
Not for the moment. For the moment, gold.
Gold, because it's better for gold setting, etc.
Exactly, because we want to take advantage of the setting, because of the preciousness of the watch. So to be fair, it's a watch that requires is complex. It's got the watch you've seen has different 40 different links for one row and 70 for two rows. The links have different sizes, so they are specifically positioned one next to the other because the dimension of the snake narrows exactly. So it's hand adjusted and fixed. So it's an expensive product.
Yeah.
So in a certain way, let's say it's all by you when it's in gold.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for
sharing. Gold.
Congratulations. I love it.
Now moving to Diva Peacock. So you have here a trilogy of products which probably express in the best way the co-construction of watches by the jeweler and the watchmaker that we are. So it's really our team of jewelers and watchmakers working together to build unique timepieces that really express our style and our expertise. So it's 3 different calibers and multiple techniques of decoration of watches that we're mastering to celebrate the peacock. The peacock is dear to our heart for multiple reasons. It's part of our history. The peacock was the symbol of the god of nature in Egypt, symbol of the god of women in the Greek, in ancient Greece. So ladies, women, and nature, probably the 2 sources of inspiration of jewelers. So clearly connected to our work. Beside this, we know that we refer always to naturalia. Naturalia means the beauty of nature, and peacock is probably one of the most amazing symbols of this beauty of nature. Last but not least, peacock's feathers are a very sustainable tool to play with, since peacock feathers fall every spring. So we naturally crop them. We breed the peacocks. We've partnered in India. We crop the feathers. We use them then for decoration, and we have, let's say, not unlimited, but we have a large access to this beauty, beauty of nature. So moving on to the products, I will start with this dial, this piece. This Diva Peacock, it's an hand-painted dial made in our manufacture in Seigneur-Léger in Swiss Jura. It's enamel in a technique that we call champ levé. So it's a connection of enamel and diamonds on this dial. The watch is has an automatic caliber, which is the BVL191, made in Le Sentier, in our other manufacturer. And it comes here with a new bracelet that is extremely supple, extremely aesthetic, I believe, which refers to the Diva design, and which has been designed together with our jewelers and designers in Rome. So from Rome to Seigneur-Léger and Le Sentier, it's the perfect expression of the geography of Bulgari.
Stunning.
So, moving on to the Disky. Disky is an in-house caliber as well. It's a mysterious watch. It shows the hours and minutes through the diamonds. You don't see ends. And here, the watch, we used to propose the watch on hard stones, on hard precious stones. This time, we have replaced the stones with a marquetry, again, of feathers.
Amazing.
Of peacock's feathers. It's a stunning beauty. It's absolutely sublime. It takes its work of patience, of delicacy. It takes 6 weeks for us to get one dial.
So for our viewers, guys, Bulgari already launched before, I think 1 or 2 years ago, the Diva with a dial made of a real peacock feather. This is not an interpretation. This is not a replica. You guys use real feathers.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, the only one in watchmaking that does that, as far as I know. And what's cool about this watch, guys, what Antoine means with mystery, there are no hands. So the 2 diamonds on the dials are the hour and minute markers. Please take it further, Antoine.
No problem. So really a perfect expression of the beauty. You have to know one thing. Every time we make a new decoration with this watch, we change the way the rotating discs will make this watch. Those discs, because we changed their design and their structure, they change the weight. Every time you change the weight of those discs, you need to recalculate the strength of the movement. In this condition, every time the studio proposes a new design, the engineers, the watchmakers, have to rebuild the dial that goes with the design. So again, a work that highlights, just a piece that highlights the coordination between the studio, the teams, or the creative team of the studio, and the expertise of our watchmaker, and the continuous dialogue between those teams. Last but clearly not least, a limited edition of 10 Diva Peacock Tourbillon. So it's our in-house tourbillon caliber as well, that we decorated with 2 bridges with Diva insert, with Diva designed inserts. And those Diva inserts are filled with, again, natural peacock feathers.
Stunning. Beautiful.
So this is the trilogy of the year for Diva's Peacock collection.
Congratulations, Antoine. Exceptional.
Very proud of this collection. Very rare work done by the team. And now I kept 2 minutes for the last piece of our presentation for this part of the year, for this first part of the year. And this piece is a totally different piece. So it's a gone complication.
Yeah.
It is a chiming watches. So I am going to make you listen to it very soon. Chiming watches are probably the most complicated watches to produce. They are very, very complex. They are made of hundreds and hundreds of components, and very few manufacturers can do it. And thanks to our heritage, thanks to let's say our history in watchmaking, we are blessed with some of the most talented watchmakers who can and do produce those watches every year for very privileged people. In this category of chiming watches, there are we categorize 2 different categories. There is minute repeater, and those minute repeaters give you the time with the sound once you let's say you push a button to get it. So you want to know the time from your ear, and you will push the button and get the sound. And then you've got what we call grande sonnerie, which is like a portable clock. So it's a watch that gives you the time regularly throughout the day without you, let's say, pushing a button or having to do anything to get this sound.
Yeah.
Those are being probably the most complicated watches in the industry. We used to have, so then the chiming watches usually bear between 2 and 4 gongs to create some harmonies to play the time. We have watches, we used to have calibers that propose 2 hammers, 2 gongs, and grande sonnerie to propose 4 gongs.
Yeah.
This time we are coming with this Octoroma Tourbillon Carillon Westminster with 3 hammers. And arguably, to the best of our knowledge, we are the only Swiss brand, the only Swiss watch manufacturer to propose such a portfolio. There is basically nobody else than us to propose 2, 3, and 4 hammers in our own calibers and to produce them every year.
And I had the honor to visit the atelier as well.
So you know the people, you know Pascal, you know John, you know those people who are really exceptional and exceptionally talented people. And for me, again, 2, 3, 4 hammers is not a performance per se, but probably the best way to express the expertise of these exceptional people, which is to me probably second to none. So anyway, I stop talking and I make you listen to the sound. I hope it will be strong enough. It's a very special experience. It's a real watch lover experience. So this is quite a rare experience. Of course, you can see that there is also something very special with this piece. It is a very modern design. Usually, chiming watches bear the character of traditional watchmaking. So rose gold, white dial, and we wanted to take this kind of design out of our perspectives. We think that it's time for us to really take chiming watches to the 21st century. There is a world out there to explore more and more in terms of chiming watches. And beside our expertise in miniaturization of calibers, that is quite famous now with the Finissimo collections, we have this other expertise that we bring more to the public in chiming watches. And together, probably those 2 expertise are among, again, I would say arguably among the most difficult to master, and we want to push our expertise to push the boundaries in both, let's say, both fields.
Amazing. So the material, what did you guys go for? Is this titanium DLC black?
It is titanium DLC black.
Amazing.
It is titanium. It's a case that is actually basically the design, beside the design statement here, which is important to us, again, as a real statement. There has been a work towards optimizing the quality of the sound. For, again, people who have an expertise in chiming watches will have heard the crispiness and the loudness of the sound.
Yeah.
And we really worked on it. And so, without getting too much into detail.
To add to that, if you take one model that's made in gold, platinum, or titanium, same acoustic caliber will sound differently because of the density of the metal. So that's what Antoine is referring to. And arguably, some prefer one over the other. But I think we can conclude that titanium is maybe one of the best.
Yes, yes, it is not absorbing. It's actually quite good to transfer the sound. Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. In order to optimize this, beside the titanium, we have done let's say two major setup. First, we have created a caliber which is where the chimes. So the chimes are basically the chiming goes from the connection between the gongs that are on the watch. So I try to probably will try to zoom even more. A bit more. Thank you. Yes, yes. Okay. So you see the gongs that are here, and you see those two screws. Actually, the screws here connect the chimes that are all around the case to the case itself, in order for the vibration of the sound to directly get out of the watch. So for a better transmission of the sound, the chimes are not connected to the movement, they are connected to the case. And the second development that we've made specifically for this watch is the structure of the case itself.
Sorry, Antoine, quick question in between. The chimes, are they made out of platinum?
The chime? No. It's a steel. It's heated steel. 900 to twice heated, 900 degrees, and then 500 degrees to harden it. Okay. And then just showing you the case is actually emptied again in order to minimize the obstacle to the transmission of the sound. Yeah. So it's like it's and this is it for this exceptional piece.
Congratulations. I love it. And it's a limited edition, right?
Limited edition, 15 pieces.
15?
Yes.
Which will take you 3 to 5 years to produce, I assume.
No. We hope to finish next year.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. So be quick if you're in love. Because it's a stunning piece. All right, Antoine, we're aiming to keep this session under 45 minutes. We have a lot of questions coming in. For our viewers, if you have any questions for Antoine, please feel free to do so. Should we jump in, Antoine?
Anytime.
All right, let's go. So our friend Abdul writes, hi, Alon and Antoine. I hope you're doing well. Does BULGARI have any plans for an octophenesimon 36 millimeters? Good question.
It is a terrible question. It is a question that we hear from time to time. I like this question because actually it's we do not master everything, and when we're talking about finissimo, the question is all coming from this equation of volume. The thinner the watch, the wider it spreads, because you need to find the space to basically build your construction. And at this stage, to make something extremely thin and extremely small, well, we do not manage to do it. I'm not telling you we're not trying, but I actually kind of like the fact that it's not something that you just do this and it happens. It is the reality of our research and development plans, and it requires time, patience, hard work to get there. So hopefully one day we'll manage to do it. At this stage, we're not able to do it.
All right. Thank you for the clear and honest feedback. Dukuman, he says, good question indeed. Love the picture. He's chilling out. Let's see. What other questions we have? Somebody sent in a question. Can you reveal if you'll have another world record this year again? Well, actually, you kind of answered that. Do you want to?
You did it. I didn't say anything.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let me see. We have Timo Holtz writing. Thank you for watching, Timo. Good to see you. He's the new CEO of Fratello Watches, guys. So congratulations, Timo. He writes, love the monochromatic dial. Impressive work with the octophenesimon. So thank you very much, Timo. We know Fratello has a lot of watch for octophenesimon. I actually did a podcast with their managing editor, Rob Nutz, about the octophenesimon. So, Antoine, if you haven't heard it, download the podcast and listen to it on the way home.
Will do.
It was a love sonnet to the octo. Let me see. We have a few more minutes. Rocky writes, YouTube, love the new octophenesimon S chronograph GMT, and he's a huge octo lover. Thank you for sharing, Rocky.
Thank you so much.
We have Chris G writing, is Bulgari going to launch another new collection inspired by the Genta, for instance? So good question. You guys did bring back two models, I mean.
Well, I think it's two different things. There is Bulgari, and today, let's say we take our inspirations from our history. We don't try to, we live on our own. And then there is the question of Genta as a brand itself. Mm-hmm. As far as Bulgari is concerned, I'm not so much in favor of launching new designs. I believe there is, as I said beforehand, watchmaking is also a matter of patience. You grow, you develop your product with time. You work on it, you work on them, you continue to work on them. I showed you on my watch, the watch I'm wearing, the new developments with the link to allow for the versatility of bracelets and straps on the Octo GMT titanium. It's just one simple example of the developments we make step by step. And there's a constant iterative process to improve our products. Every time we launch a new design, it takes a lot of energy, and let's say we start from scratch again when there is actually so much to do to continue to improve the performance of our existing models. So as far as Bulgari is concerned, our job today is more to continue to deliver ultimate performances in terms of chronometry, of comfort, of ergonomy, and of design of the existing collection. When it comes to Genta, we celebrate a man of extraordinary creativity, of unlimited creativity, and probably the sky is the limit in terms of designs and collaborations and all sorts of things we could do. So frankly, we are still looking at the best ways and testing ways to pay tribute to Genta, to his creativity in our different actions related to this brand. Mm-hmm. It will be products, but it can be many other opportunities and initiatives that we are thinking of, and here where we can be very creative, I must say. But it's two different worlds, two different and very distinctive words today.
Thank you for the elaborate answer. Abdul is very passionate, asks many questions. I'm trying to answer them all. On YouTube, he asks, are there any plans for using more new materials in the Octo case, like maybe silver, which Zenith did, or maybe a new alloy or some kind of carbon material? You guys already had the Finissimo in carbon. You did ceramic, I believe.
Which I love, which is beautiful.
Ceramic. So any more?
So there
experiment?
Here, there are two things. Yes, definitely. We're looking at materials for two reasons. First, because as a jeweler, Bulgari has always played with materials. We've mixed China with diamonds. We've always done this. I mean, and we've loved this idea to mix industrial techniques with decorative techniques. So it is our DNA. And second, because material and the techniques and the physics of materials is also partly the future of watch manufacturing and watch innovation. I mean, I've showed you the titanium on the chiming watches. It's a very simple example of the developments we look into. The thinner we get, the more complex we get, the more we play with materials. So I don't know when, but we'll play with new materials.
Okay, thank you so much. We're hit 45 minutes. I just want to give our friend William the space to ask a good question. On YouTube, he asks, or he says, great show, gentlemen. Thank you for that, William. Thank you for always joining us. His question is the Octo Chrono Titanium ballpark figure price. So I remember by heart the 103068. So that's the titanium bracelet is in the Netherlands, 17,400, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he refers to the new version on the black dial. What is the price on that?
It should be slightly below. Slightly below.
Okay. All right. So William, check out our website, acejewelers.com. You'll find it there. I want to thank all our viewers for tuning in again, for sending us so many questions. Abdul, I'm sorry. I see you have sent in 10 more questions. We'll try to answer them after the show. Antoine, thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you for. You must be fed up with me. I'm coming too many times, but I'm happy to.
Never, guys. We want Antoine back again. Thank you so much. Hope to welcome you soon in Amsterdam as soon as permitted. And congratulations on the novelties. And thank you for showing.
Thank you.
Au revoir, mon ami.
Bye bye. À bientôt.